And we're back. Just like that. A week's come and gone, but we're back on short turnaround time, which is great. We keep the flow. How's things going?
Good, man. Good. It was like +6 today.
I know.
Pretty sure I saw the sunshine, so,
It
you
was
know.
beautiful. Here it was ridiculous. Like
Yeah.
people were out in t-shirts. It was +11, I think it got to here. Like,
Really?
whew, that snow.
I think that's
Yeah, it's
tomorrow.
still a lot of snow, but it's dropping.
Well, when I left this morning, the driveway, we had a freak snowstorm last night, like 5 centimeters of snow. So
Not fair.
when I left this morning, the driveway was covered, and when I got home, it was bare right down to
Beautiful.
the asphalt. No shoveling
Yeah.
needed.
Yes.
So yes,
I think
yes,
we're in the
guy.
clear, man. I think the double digit minuses. I mean, maybe over here, but I think we're out of that loop now, and I think we're on the way.
You know what it was? It was that toque from last week that you wore.
The reverse jinx didn't
Yeah,
work.
you reverse jinx winner.
God damn.
Had to be. That's the only explanation I could see. Like, it goes from -12 with blistering winds to +6 for us anyway.
Hey,
Had
I
to be the
better
Duke.
throw that Duke on again.
Did the Red
So
Wings
I
win?
mean, did the Red Wings win? They have lost 5 in a row. So
So yeah,
yeah,
you better
it's
switch it up.
so we're out of the playoff picture right now. So it's
Oof.
feeling pretty typical.
Yeah.
Not good, man. Not good. But one sort of good thing, we were talking last week about tariffs, and Trump has held off on the tariffs. So, you
Again.
know, what, oh, man, it's what a mess. I mean,
Ugh.
obviously, we don't go down the politics rabbit hole
Nope.
too much here, but it's just like, it's one day it's tariffs. They're here, they're coming, we're in
Yep.
effect. And then it's the next day, as soon as there's something he doesn't quite like about it,
Yeah.
oh, we're going to hold off. It's just whatever. You could do a 3-hour rant on that, but for now the tariffs are on pause again until April 2nd, so
Phew.
we'll see what the next round is, but
Yeah, we'll see.
beer is staying
That's
good
it.
for now.
Well, I read today too that I'm pretty sure it's at Capitol Hill here in O-Town, that they just are gonna start increasing the availability nationwide for Canada for alcohols to flow. So like we can
Yes.
start seeing some BC beers and some
Yeah.
Newfoundland beers, and yeah, that'd be awesome.
That's a good thing for us. I mean, interprovincial, like absolutely. That's fantastic news
100%.
for craft beer and for our own personal gain.
Yeah, good job, Ottawa, this time.
Yeah.
Thanks.
And I mean, we do have a new prime minister as of last night. So, well,
Yes,
sort of.
I saw he said he's
So,
going to scrap the carbon tax. We'll see how carbon tax Carney does
yes.
that.
I like that.
So,
Submit
that
that. Put that in the suggestion box.
Yep.
He
Yeah.
needs a name.
What?
Well, I'm chomping at the bit, man.
yes.
I'm thirsty. It's been
Yeah.
It's been a
What do you
long day.
got? What do you got?
I'll go first. Yeah. So, I was at Blood Brothers last week. Walked in,
Bastard.
didn't realize this is a thing. So the Paradise Lost series, which is
Yes.
amazing. So that's got the ones I've had are the mango guava, or the pineapple guava,
Yep.
the blueberry vanilla, and the spice cherry, all fantastic.
Yes.
Didn't realize that the Paradise Lost had this little addition to it. I don't know if this is new or if this is just back in stock, but we got a peach mango Paradise Lost
What?
in sort of a new can. I don't know if the new can is a new design or it's just this one. Didn't go down that road, but
I love
yeah.
that can.
right and
Yeah.
peach mango right down the middle for us.
Absolutely.
So that's what I'm rocking. Also, too, I picked up this cool little glass from Blood Brothers.
Ooh.
This fun little doozy. So it's an all Blood Brothers affair right now. But I'm
Absolutely.
very curious. This can't disappoint. There's no way, and I feel like it
can't.
wouldn't for you either. Peach mango.
No.
Let me back up here a little bit and get a good.
I've been
sound effects
I've
here.
been a peach fan since Jump.
Oh,
So
yeah. Peach.
I can't
peach.
I can't wait to see that. Looks like a real good color and a real good pour. Hey, you know what?
There we
I'm
go.
proud of
Just a
you.
little. I'm getting better, man. I'm
I'm
getting
proud
better.
of you. Yeah.
It's to get the visual on the screen, but yeah.
Well, that's
Blood
it.
Brothers can here. That's a good solid white foam.
Mhm.
Ooh, it's peachy.
Yeah.
Does smell sour though.
Let's get
But
after
yeah, I was
it.
very impressed by seeing this thing. I was like, wait a second, I don't have that one. And
I've never
I was
had
like,
this
I
one.
need 2 of those, please.
I love how
see.
like you can still go places and find stuff that you haven't had before. Like the endless quest. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's a cross between peach and mango for sure. I get the peach at the end.
Yeah.
That's very well done. That's good. That's right on par for their Paradise Lost series. Like that's the vibe, the fruited sour. It's got the sour, but you still got the peach. So, yep, that's a 4+ for sure. I'll think about it later and give proper attention. But
nice.
That's quite beautiful. What do you got? Good. It's good. You would enjoy this.
I'm sure. So a couple weeks ago, a guy that works for me, he was going down to Southern Ontario, and I was just like, you know what, man? Like, you're going down not for work, but for personal and appointment or whatever. And I'm like, just swing by a liquor store while you're down there and bring me back some beers. I'll even pay you. No big deal. So Elio, who's a driver for us, he was down
What's up, Elio?
In the Southern Ontario region, and he brought back a beer from the Niagara Oast House Brewers. The Barn Raiser is what I have.
I like Oast. Yeah.
It's I've never had them, not even one beer from them before. And this is their country ale. So I'm very curious to see what we have here. I'm going to use a typical American pint glass, just because I don't know what kind of beer this is, really. Okay. So we're going to go from there. Oh, yeah. Oh,
that's dynamite.
That was a really good one. All
Oast
right.
has a real good reputation. I only hear good things. I had it once just while I was down there. My sister lives sort of down that way, but it's people always have good things to say about it.
Well, I feel like that's a nice one. And I just leave enough. I feel like they're close to the Niagara Brewing College or a part of it. I could be wrong. Oast House, check us out. Let me know what affiliation you are. But
we'll be tagging you. So that's an ale you said?
Yeah, it smells a little malty. It smells like beer. Cheers to you.
Sometimes beer is just beer. Cheers, man.
I like it.
Yeah.
It's got some wheat in there. Yeah, no, like that's crushable.
That's crushable. Word I was gonna use.
I even get like a little citrusy at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we talk a lot about flavors and a lot of experimental stuff, but sometimes, like we've said this before, but sometimes a beer is just a beer, and that's quite okay.
Absolutely. So, like I've had some different ones lately, and this is, it just like recenters your soul. You know what I mean? Like it does. Like if you're a beer lover, and like I am, you try the sours and you try the hazy IPAs and you try this and you try the heavy stouts and whatever, and then this is a really good middle of the road beer. Right? Like
back to basics, man.
I feel like everyone would like this. Everyone, no matter what your flavor profile is, you would really enjoy this. That's easily a 4.1 on Untapped. Easily.
What's the percentage on that?
5%. Yeah, 5%.
Yeah. That makes sense.
And we'll see if I see any IBUs on here. I don't see any. So I mean, it's an ale, so it's not really. And like not a depictive of a pale ale or a hazy IPA or whatever.
Yep.
So it's probably not super hoppy. I'd have to, when I check it in on Untapped, we'll go from there.
There we go.
Yeah.
So, beer adventures. You want me to go? You want to kick it off?
I can go.
Go?
I like it.
Okay.
Like this week for me, or last week for me, I should say, was it seemed like it was a hazy IPA themed week. And I think I've said this to you before. It's like, not a big hazy IPA guy. Well, I happen to be, I happen to be a little insider from the Untapped, whereas I have the subscription, whatever. And hazy IPAs and IPAs are my number one check-ins. So
look at that.
There's that. I guess I am a hazy IPA guy.
You did some data analytics there with
no math.
It is cool. I have it
No.
too, and it's cool. And you start to look at the numbers, and you start to go, "Whoa, hey, yeah."
Yeah, it's like, I wonder how many hazy IPAs I've had in the past. Lots. Lots.
A
Of
lot.
the over 800 beers I've had, I would say a good just over 1/8 are hazy IPAs or
It's a good
IPAs.
portion.
Yeah.
You like it a lot.
I'm
Yes.
trying to get after it. So, but I mean, a couple that I had this week, I had the frozen rope from left field. It was totally
Yes.
crushable. It was a 6.7%. I had it before I played hockey, so that when I played hockey, I'd be sweated out and ready to go home.
Good strategy.
Would buy again.
Yes.
Yes. If it came to me, like if it was an option as a flight, I would totally pick that as an option.
Yeah.
Even though I've had it before. Another one that Elio brought me was the Short Hills hazy IPA from Bench down in the escarpment area. It was nice and light and
You mean
colorful.
Bench?
Bench. Oh,
Different
fancy.
company.
Yes. Not affiliated. Neither one of these are sponsors, by the way. Just throw that out there.
Yes.
But this was a really nice and light IPA that I would suggest for people that want to get into IPAs and expand their beers. I would totally try this one. It's not crazy bitter. It has a really nice flavor, like a grapefruity flavor, orangey flavor. That's what I was picking up anyway, and crushable as well.
You're right though, because that's kind of where I was at. Because like I like IPAs, but they're an acquired taste, and I would say to someone that's curious about them is to look for the ones that have the word light, like a light IPA, and that's going to get you to from like a beer taste into that funky, hoppy, a little bit, real smooth kind of, and then you can kind of increase your tolerance to it, and then you'll probably start to enjoy them. That's what I'm finding now. I'm starting to like them a lot more. But I think going to that middle ground of the light IPAs, it's like refreshing. It's a little hoppy, but not crazy. It's a real nice transition. And I've tried to look out for more of those just to be like, oh, I know I'll like this, because if I like something that's like a double or triple IPA, and that's pretty good. The light ones are like that real nice stuff. So I agree.
Yeah,
that's
and you're laughing, right? I mean, expanding your palate or whatever is just a natural thing of life with food and whatever. So why not with beer? I mean, one of my favorite questions is why not with beer?
Yeah.
We can do everything. So another one I had was Sun Split from Dominion City. Again, a hazy IPA. Again, a really nice light IPA. I think it was 6.8% or something like that, but it was light. I really enjoyed it. Crushable. I had an American Pale Ale or an American style of IPA, which was Aromatherapy from Beyond the Pale here in Ottawa. Very hoppy smell to it, but not a crazy hoppy taste to it. I really enjoyed it, and it was a perfect beer for yesterday being Sunday. The last one I had, though, this one was a weird one for me because we had talked about this and you had it, and I didn't
like
care.
it though. Just
I didn't care for it.
be honest.
I didn't care for it. It was it was from Flying Monkeys, the Space Age Sunshine Orange Creamsicle Quadruple.
Yep.
I had it.
We both have had this
it tonight.
It just happened a couple. Yeah, I had it a couple days ago, and I showed it to you, and I was like quadruple, and it's definitely an interesting vibe.
I didn't get much orange creamsicle at all, but I got a lot of quad, and it's not that I didn't. It wasn't what I was expecting, so I didn't pour it out. I did drink the whole thing.
Good man.
I won't be buying it again. But I'll tell you this, about halfway through I drank it right after work when I got home while I was preparing supper and that. And half the glass, straight to the old noggin up there. I was just
well,
like,
it's 11.6%.
Supper can't be coming soon enough. So, yeah.
It was 11.6, wasn't it?
It was. Yes, it was.
Whew.
Yeah.
That's you got
it was not my favorite. Not my favorite.
And that's okay. That's okay,
Yeah.
Especially when it's something you're not expecting. It sometimes ruins the experience.
Yeah.
And not that it's you know, it's not going as far to say like, oh, that was disgusting, but like you're just like, oh no, that I had something in my mind, and you see a can like that, and you get the profile, and you're like, whoa, this is gonna be could be a hit or miss, and you're kind of like just thrown off. So like that's okay.
Absolutely.
I didn't love it either, and it was worth the shot, right? But
you know, you got to try it once. If I didn't like it, I was out 460 or something like that. And I've had many Flying Monkeys beers before and liked pretty much all of them. Not a big fan of that one. But hey, you know, you win some, you lose some.
Yep. We win more than we lose, so that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Well, how was your week?
I got in some beers.
I saw that.
Yeah, I was checking in. I think since I hit 400 on the last episode.
Nice
I
one.
Up to 408. So I think I had 8 beers this week.
That's a good week for you.
And, doubled up on the weekend kind of thing.
There you go.
So yeah, first of all, had the quadruple IPA that you just talked about. The again, I didn't love it either, but I personally got some orange creamsicle, but it was a lot. Like the quadruple was. Yeah. I saw the quadruple and I'm like, you know what? The hell with it. I'm going to try this.
Why not?
And I thought like it's a good experiment, and let's see where I'm at with the IPA world.
Yep.
So, you know, it wasn't the worst, but it was, I probably wouldn't buy it again, but it was worth the try. Like I said, did stop at Blood Brothers last week. Picked up one of their brand new beers. Actually, I think I was the second one to check it in. It was called Bear Worship, and it was a small can. And it was a raspberry blackberry wild ale. Really kind of dry, but really good.
Did 6%. I miss that one? I must have missed that one on Untapped.
I did check it in. Yeah, I think I was the second person to check it in. It was that new. I think I checked it in like the next day. Someone beat me though.
Chris,
very good.
Chris.
Son of a bitch. It was very good. There was also one. It was an American pale ale. It was called the Inner Eye. Was decent.
I saw that one. Yeah.
Yep, decent for sure. The name was one of the ones. The name was called Swimsuit Seasons in the Abyss, and it was an IPA, but it was a nice orange juice flavor to it.
Okay.
Like if you close your eyes, you could really think of that, like just like Tropicana, just the orange juice.
Oh, so good.
6.2, real nice orange juice vibe for sure.
Nice.
I like that one. And I also tried the one you had on the show last week. Was the raspberry lime ghost. Had that one. Very, very good.
Yeah.
Thick, but like nice. And definitely the lime shows up. I was probably expecting more raspberry, but the lime, because the color is just pure raspberry, right? It's
Absolutely.
that real nice purpley pinky color.
Yeah.
The lime was there though, but a really good one as well.
I saw your Untapped picture, and your Untapped picture, you could really see those raspberry seeds.
The seeds, yeah.
Yeah.
They were a real thing.
They were. I'm a lot of things. A liar is not one of them.
I kind of like that though, like that you could see the pulp,
right?
It was great.
Yeah.
It was a really good one. And then I had the two from Flying Monkeys, which is the one we mentioned. And then I also had one. I know you would love this one. It was called Velvet Bubble Lord. And
I have had that one.
Oh, you have. So
yes.
That is amazing. A blueberry sour, and it was so good. Because we talked about blueberry, right? Blueberry is such a good taste. But then with a sour, it's not normally a sour. It's usually like a wheat or something like where you can really taste the blueberry. But this was really good. Really cool color. Quite enjoyed that one. Definitely would buy that one again. The funny thing about Flying Monkeys is like all their cans kind of look similar because they're just so loud.
Yes.
Like there's colors and this, like it's a lot going on. But like they kind of all look similar because they're so funky. But those two I picked out specifically because I'm like, oh my God, I didn't even know they had a sour. Let me grab that. And then the quadruple got me too. Two more I had. The last two had a couple yesterday. I had a double chocolate hazelnut brown. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go with a dark beer today and see how that goes.
Sure.
From Bad Shepherd.
Okay.
7.2%. Really nice. Didn't get a ton of hazelnut. I feel like it more started chocolate and then it went with hazelnut after, but really good. Not too thick. It was really good. And then I know you've had this. I don't know how this escaped me, but I've never had the Blood Moon, the blood orange sour from Whitewater. And I feel like we had that at your house, but I don't know if I ever actually got to it.
I'm sure
I had that, and it was fantastic. And I'm in on anything blood orange. So this was it had to be done, but really good. Yeah, enjoyed it quite a bit. You've had that. I'm sure you've had that more than once, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
Whitewater's kind of close to your
and
your region and your heart.
Oh yeah, it's such a good summer beer. It's such a good summer beer because it's sour, it's crispy, it's carbonated, it's almost like, remember C plus, not Orange Crush, but C plus.
Yes,
it's almost C plus esque because it's got like I find like say Orange Crush has like less carbonation and C plus had the like wicked carbonation. I feel like the Blood Moon. And the, Whitewater does another one called Dawn Patrol, which is an orange beer, which is less carbonated. So like that's the difference between the two, I think.
Yeah,
but yeah, I love it. I've had it lots of times.
It was really good. I remember I looked it up before I grabbed it off the shelf, and I saw it there, and I was like, I must have had that. And I literally went into the Untapped. I was like, oh my god, I've never had this. Yep. Or if I did, I didn't check it in, but I didn't remember it. So I was like, oh, I have to, like, just because I know Whitewater. You've probably had everything they've made.
A lot.
And I know I've had a lot of them.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's time for that. So no, it's good.
Yeah. But I mean, Whitewater's 20 minutes down the road.
Right. That's it. So you have access to everything.
Like
really.
You with Third Moon.
Yeah. It's almost identical. Yeah. It's like 20 minutes away. Can get Third Moon. I will say Third Moon has been throwing up some stuff on the socials. Holy, I got to make a run there very soon. There's a couple that. Yep, and I got to buy 2, make sure it stays fresh for when you come. But there's a couple there.
Yes, I've been seeing. Yeah, I've been seeing their stuff.
It's dirty.
I almost put the house up for sale the other day.
It's just listed. See what happens.
Well, I saw Bellwoods, Left Field, and Third Moon, and I was like, "That's it. We're moving. Fuck this. We're out of here."
Sold.
Yeah. Yeah,
oh man,
Mike, prepare the loft. We're coming.
Not gonna complain. All right, we've been waiting for this.
Okay,
well, for a week. I'm sitting there last week. I'm standing in my kitchen. It's probably close to midnight, and I thought, what can we do for the next episode? This what's a fun idea, creative, laugh, just be entertain each other. So I'm standing there, and I thought, I don't know where this thought came from, but I thought, okay. So I wonder if we could each make the perfect beer for your own taste. Like what would be like if you had just had blank piece of paper, what would you put out as your ideal perfect beer? So then I thought of that, and then it kind of kept evolving. And once I kind of mentioned it to you, we kind of evolved it into why don't we create a fictional brewery and release several beers? Like what would be 3 or 4 that you would put out if you could? Then it sort of evolved into, making connections between, some inside jokes we have and the beer we've experienced and all that stuff. So that's where the idea came from. So what we're going to do now, and I'm so excited for this, is if anyone has heard of Build-A-Bear, it's where you go online, or there are some actual physical stores
still,
too.
Yes.
You go online, and you create and customize your own stuffed animal. So that's what Build-A-Bear is. It's huge. It's a giant deal. So I thought, hey, build a beer. This kind of fits with what we're talking about. Like, if you could make the perfect beer for yourself, what would it be? And then it turned into several beers. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna kind of create our own beers in our own brewery, just to kind of have fun and play off of what we could create. So I kind of set some parameters. I'm like, okay, here's what we got to kind of contain it like a controlled environment, we'll call it.
Sure.
So we thought, okay, so we picked 4. I think we could have picked 44 because we just, once the idea started flowing, it was fantastic. So I thought, okay, 3, then, okay, no, I can't narrow it to 3. We did 1 more, so we did 4. So these are imaginary beers, imaginary brewery.
For now.
For now. Yeah, exactly. Pocket this. We're recording this, so it's evidence.
Yeah. We are open to aligning with a brewery that wants to take one of these beers and put it on their shelves.
Any brewery.
Any brewery. Just throwing that out there,
Yeah.
You call dibs, we're in.
Listen closely. So we thought with the beer is we will talk about the name of the beer, which is super important to this exercise. The name of the beer, the style, the flavors, maybe the ingredients, any collaborations, what the can would look like, what the design would be. So we're just gonna name our beers, kind of go back and forth. We're gonna talk about what they are, what they include, and it's gonna be a blast. it could be the funnest thing we've done yet. So
I just
I'm very
can't wait
excited.
to see the look on your face when I rhyme some of mine off.
I will say
man.
this. I will say this. If you're listening and you don't like laughter or laughing, you could probably just push pause or go listen to some music, because this is gonna be fun.
This might incite a laugh riot.
Okay, I'm gonna keep my cheeks in order here. Okay, so you're gonna go first.
Yes.
You're gonna unveil your brewery and your brewery
Yes.
name, and then you could start with your first. We'll call them flagship beers. These are our 4 beers each that we created. I'm looking forward to it. So whenever you're ready, you were ready like a week ago. So.
I was ready the minute you said this. The idea started rolling. I could barely fall asleep. I opened up my phone, went into the notes app, and I wrote down literally 37 names within an hour. And then it was, okay, we got to pick out. Oh, we're only going to do one. Okay, let's pick out one. Now let's do 20. But
I
these
can't believe when I said pick one, I was like, oh my god, now it's just, I don't know why I would even say
never
that.
gonna happen.
No,
but like most breweries have their couple of or 3 or 4 flagship beers. So
yeah,
the Sarcastic Comedian Beer Company is my brewery name, and our slogan is the only thing we take seriously is the beer. So for our debut, our premiere brew release, I present to you Shower Beer.
Shower Beer.
Shower Beer Blonde Ale. It has like a gold bar color, minimal haze, a really nice like snowy, frosty, fluffy head on it. And this one is the crushable beer of the Sarcastic Comedian Beer Company.
So I have a question right off the top.
Sure.
Is this like a beer that because it's a shower beer, is it like you bring it to the maximum point of like chill before it freezes basically, and that's how it's best served?
Sure. Cold?
Yeah, because it's gotta be like frozen almost, right?
You get that super hot water on a shower, and then you get this ice cold shower beer, and it lends itself to so many things, like so many innuendos and whatever, and it's be like, yeah, hey, you coming over? Yeah, I just got to grab 6 shower beers real quick. Boom. Like the marketing writes itself.
6.
Right? I just got to grab a quick dozen shower beers and I'll be there. Right? So this here, it's a 5.6% alcohol by volume. And I didn't go as far as like ingredients or whatever. It's a blonde ale. Yep. We can all picture a blonde ale. Golden color. But then my brain, and I appreciate you a lot, Brian, the can is a picture of like you're in a shower, or like the shower's open, the shower head's coming on. There's like a rubber duck, and there's an empty shelf where it's a perfect ledge for where a beer can would sit.
Oh.
And then it just says shower beer on there. Like it's just perfect. It's just perfect.
Oh, yeah. I need some of that.
That's the debut beer of my beer company.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. I need some of that for sure. I need to start the shower beer era. I've never done it. And like I said last week, like I've never had one. And like I said, I'm not opposed to it. I just have never had the opportunity.
So good, man.
I need to work it out.
Like, so when you guys are about to go out somewhere and you have to catch a shower first.
Yes.
That's the perfect,
time.
That's the perfect opportunity. Or you come in from somewhere super hot and you need a shower before bed, shower beer.
So it's kind of like a pre-drinking mechanism,
or post
shower,
whatever. Yeah,
or after. Yeah, so like it's a wind down, or it's a pre-drinking kind of. Yeah, I get it.
Pump up or wind down. It's the go-to beer for your occasion.
Okay, I'll grab 6 of those, please.
Yes, sir.
You could just. I'm gonna click. Hold on, I'm just gonna order on the website right now.
Free shipping.
All right. You want mine?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm been dying.
This is my brewery. It is the Broken Pancreas Brewing Company. And I've been a diabetic, type 1 diabetic for 25 years. Actually, a couple weeks ago it was my 25th anniversary.
Well, happy anniversary.
So yeah, so cheers, yeah. So yeah, Broken Pancreas Brewing Company. So it's an ode to my lovely curse of a disease that I have had for 25 years now. Anyway, it's part of who I am, and I thought, hey, you know what, that's close to home.
Yep.
So the Broken Pancreas Brewing Company, this first one, I went pretty wacky with some of these names.
I can't wait.
So my first beer is called D's Nuts. And it's focused on the nuts. It's actually a collab with Snoop and Dre.
Okay.
So because that's where D's Nuts comes from, is like Dre's album, The Chronic, way back in the day. So it's a collab with them, and it's a pistachio pudding cream ale.
Woo.
So if you've ever seen like Jell-O that makes the puddings too, like, so they make a pistachio pudding, which shout out to my mom, makes a pistachio square of this, and I always have to request it. So it's kind of where I thought of it as well. But now this is into a beer. So it's it's a sweet pistachio finish.
Yeah.
The can, so it's very mild. So it's like maybe a 4.5, but it's a cream ale. But I love pistachio, so I can't go wrong anything pistachio flavored. So D's Nuts, that's where the nuts the nuts plays on. And the can is basically a picture of Snoop and Dre. Yeah. And you know, like the old show on Nickelodeon where they used to get slimed?
Yes.
Like the green slime. So it's Snoop and Dre getting slimed with pistachio pudding is the can. Like the old Nickelodeon show.
Yes.
And that's the can. That's the
I love it. I
don't know if this is the flagship, but it is one of the flagships. There's probably nothing else like it. So that's my first offering.
What color is it?
This is the interesting part. It comes out as a very light green color.
Okay.
So somehow we've added coloring to it, and it's a very light green color.
Huh. I mean, I would drink that. I would drink that for sure.
You try it, right? You at least try it.
I tried
So I'll send one your way.
I'll try
one
anything.
second.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yes, please. I would love to have this.
D's Nuts. 10 E's in the word D's too. So it's like D's Nuts. It's not just, you gotta.
100%.
Yeah.
You can tell someone to go suck on D's Nuts.
Yes,
it's beer. It's beer. It's nothing.
Right.
That's legit.
So
that's a legit thing.
So that's me just getting warmed up. So
nice. That's a good one.
All right.
Oh man. Okay.
Number two for you.
Number 2 for me. The Polar Vortexians' Endless Quest for a Clear Driveway. This is a winter ale, and Krista gave me the Polar Vortexian idea. I elaborated on it, but she's like, well, it has to be Polar Vortexians, because as soon as you told me, I told her, because I have a big mouth and can't keep a secret. So then she's like, it has to be Polar Vortexians. So the Polar Vortexians' Endless Quest for a Clear Driveway winter ale.
Oh man, I'm gonna give you a little spoiler alert. There's some crossover.
I kind of figured.
That's okay.
I kind of figured.
Maybe I'll bump that one up, but I'll bump that one up in my list.
This beer is a dark and malty, but more amber than black, spiced with cinnamon, nutmeg, caramel, and a nutty dried cranberry finish. I told you I was going to read my descriptions verbatim. 6.1%, tastes like a fruit and nut chocolate bar. So if you've ever had a fruit and nut chocolate bar, this is like what it's going to taste like. The can is a picture of suburbia while snowing. In the evening with streetlights on, snowbanks, quote, a mile high, and with beer cans spread around the driveway to emulate or entice the shoveler into a break and a treat.
Hold on, I should have closed my eyes during that. That's genius, and plays, like I said to you before. I said there's a couple of these little inside things that we'll have to explain, but yes. The Polar Vortexians, I think it came from your mother originally.
It did,
and we were talking about shoveling the driveway, and we
synchronicity.
Yeah. So we claimed ourselves to be we talked about polar vortexes, and we claimed to be the Polar Vortexians, and we would come shovel any driveway. And
yes, to music, as I recall.
rewarded with beer, not
Yeah.
not a problem there.
No, but we would
Oh, that's
twirl the
beautiful.
shovels in the air and flip them, and
It was a synchronized event. That's right. Exactly.
synchronized snow shoveling. Yeah,
Oh
and
my
we
God.
invented it. And we were going to go to, I'm pretty sure it was Dubai 2026 Summer Olympics we were going to.
Yeah, that's next year, man. Jesus.
I know. I'm ready. I've been ready.
I've been using my snowblower too much, man.
Oh, you got to get back in shape. Mine keeps
Gotta
breaking,
get
so I
back
have
in
to use the
shape.
shovel.
God
But
damn.
yeah, that's the second one. See, like a total like opposite of the shower beer.
It
right?
is, and like and you know what?
Yeah.
I'll just dive right into mine because
Yes.
I also had a polar vortexian reference.
Perfect.
I was saving this one till the end, but now I'm gonna have to play it.
You gotta go.
Play it even. So mine is called Polar Vortexians to the Rescue. Not rescue. It's a collab with Reese's Pieces.
Oh,
And what it is, it's a dark and beautiful, like you said, winter beer.
Yeah.
Collab with Reese's Pieces. It's a very bold 15.7%.
whoa.
So she's a strong one. But it's a Reese's Pieces infused double pastry imperial stout. That's a mouthful. But it has the chocolate start. You get it up to your mouth. It's got the chocolate start, and it finishes with a smooth peanut butter. But almost detected, like you can almost detect it's Reese's peanut butter though, because there is a difference.
Keep going. I got my eyes
Yeah.
closed. Keep going.
And then
I'm gonna make this beer, this Oast Country Ale. I'm gonna make it taste like what you're
turn
describing.
it into to the Polar Vortexians to the Rescue.
Close.
So the can, which is sometimes the most important part.
Yeah.
The can is a cartoon version of us,
Okay.
of course,
Deal.
holding shovels in one hand, beer in the other. This
Yes.
beer, and we're cheersing in front of like a giant snowbank, like that you can't even see the top, wearing Reese's Pieces t-shirts.
I happen to own one.
Exactly, I knew
I
that.
own a Reese's Pieces
So I just need to
t-shirt.
get on that.
Yeah.
So yeah, but it's a cartoon version of us. Whether it's like a caricature or not, that's probably
Sure.
more fun to be like that, where we're exaggerated.
Right.
But yeah, it sounds like we're aligned on this method of thinking at least.
I'm totally on board with this. I'm
and
totally
we
on board
both
with
chose
this.
winter ale too, because it's like
That's
polar
right.
vortex winter.
Yeah. Although, I mean,
Yeah.
you went a little bit more with your double pastry.
Yeah, she's a strong. You're not like crushing like 6 of these. This is like a treat. Like you might have to go sit down, and have it, and then come back full force.
You build
Yeah,
snow chairs.
Yeah, it's a long one because it's I wrote down Reese's Pieces infused double pastry imperial stout. It's it's
Infused. I love that word. Infused.
infused.
Oh my gosh.
Like just dip a Reese's Pieces like peanut butter cup right in
That
there. There might even be
one
one floating in
is
there.
gold.
We haven't decided yet.
That one's incredible. I don't even want to say my other ones, but I'm gonna have to. Like that one sounds so good.
This was a very creative exercise for sure. Once you
Yes.
get thinking about it, it was fantastic. I would
Yes.
just be laughing to myself. People would be like the girls would be like, "What are you doing, Daddy?" I'm like, "Not that I just thought of a great idea."
Yeah, just listen to the podcast, girls. I'll
tell you later.
Yeah, I got it. I can't tell anyone about this first.
Exactly. All right.
So my
next on the
one-
menu.
My next one here is, what are you gonna do? Fight the monitor? This is a mango orange peach hazy IPA. Yeah. So this one here, it's like it's a bitter hop flavor, like not super bitter, but kind of light, but very
Bitter like stuff was that night.
It's just, how old is that joke? That joke's gotta be 14, 15 years old.
Jesus, it's been a while.
Man, we were
Do
playing.
you want to tell the story?
We were playing I
in
don't
30
even really
seconds.
know what happened. I know what happened afterwards, but I mean, we were downstairs in Mom and Dad's basement playing Nintendo Wii Bowling or something
Yes.
like that.
Yes.
And Graham and Carrie were there. I want to say they must have been, because the baby monitor was on the mantle of
Yes.
the fireplace behind
That was
me.
probably our baby. I want to say that was probably like Alex.
Was it Alex?
And then Alex, that's 11, so that's 10 years ago probably.
It could have been Alex.
Yeah. Yep.
Anyway, there was a noise or something that I wasn't expecting, and I was locked in. I was bowling a perfect game on Wii Bowling at this point, and it made a noise behind me, and I just turned around, threw the old fist up like I was getting. She's like, "What are you gonna do? Fight the monitor?" Because she had a few
three
wines.
of those double pastry.
She had a few sangrias or something. Whatever. What are you gonna do? Fight the monitor?
And we have referenced that 1,000 times since that day.
To this day, I'm sure she's sick of hearing it. But I mean, hey, you say funny things, they live forever.
So, what does the can look like?
So the can. Well, I didn't even describe this. So it's like a light hoppy flavor with a very aromatic mango, orange, peach as it comes to the nose. It's an 8% alcohol by volume, and it's the can is a walkway from like where you're going towards the beach, and the beach, like the walkway is lined with, peach trees and orange trees and mango trees, and they're just kind of all over. And yeah, it's a real nice warm setting that you're going to, because with the aromatics of those fruits, then you're going to get you're going to feel like you're on vacation.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Is there a monitor somewhere in the background?
There will be. I have created clip art, and I will be releasing them on social medias. These are all from my own brain, but I have to edit this one because I had reached my limit on edits. So I have to stay tuned for those pic arts or clip arts. They'll be out on the socials. And,
oh my God.
They're going to be pretty good. Yeah, that was my surprise to you too. Like
oh my God.
I've been telling AI I like AI for this purpose only, because it's like I have this thought in my head, but I can't create it, but I can tell this thing to create it, and it does it for me. And they look
if anything,
pretty
it gives
awesome.
you more ideas too, right? Like sometimes you just type in a sentence and you're like, oh, okay, but then you put your own spin on it.
Yeah.
So you're not like following exactly what they say, but it starts to spark other ideas. I like it for that purpose. Just a quick
it's worked.
Do this,
great.
And you're like, oh right, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Then you evolve it from there.
And then
right?
it makes suggestions too. And it's like, well, would you like me to add this? It's like, yes, I would. Yes, please do that. Oh, but correct all the spelling because you're missing letters. And anyway, but yeah. What are you going to do? Fight the monitor?
I'll have one of those. I'm sure Steph will.
I'm sure she might have two of them.
Oh my God.
What's your next one here?
All right. I'm going to stay with the sort of fruity theme here.
Okay.
We got a fruited sour. This is the Good Sweetheart.
Oh, the Good Sweetheart.
The Good Sweetheart.
Oh my gosh. Hey, how is Good Sweetheart anyway?
She's okay. She's okay. She's surviving.
Naked.
Oh, definitely naked. She was naked the first 10 seconds you got her.
Absolutely. She's like, I don't like your clothes. Get out of here.
So it is a pint. This is all the things I like. So this is kind of a personal spin. So this Good Sweetheart is sort of it's a sour beer. So it's kind of an ironic name, but
sure.
I'll get into the Good Sweetheart reference in a second.
Yeah.
This is a pineapple peach, not peach.
Oh boy.
Pineapple
That's extra peach.
Raspberry smoothie sour with a hint of marshmallow fluff. Like in the container.
No
right?
wonder your pancreas is broken.
Right? Also a play on that.
You exploded it. You're just like, I love all these things.
It's a smooth 5%, just nice and simple. It's got that really fruity tart, but it's got the sweet finish with the fluff, right? And that's the sequence in which it hits you. So yeah, it's Good Sweetheart. So the can, you ready for the can?
Yes.
So this is the prop that I had to bring. So let me just reach down here. So on the can is the one, the only.
Good Sweetheart.
Good Sweetheart. So the story behind Good Sweetheart. Man, she's creepy as hell. You bought this for Alex
we
10 years ago, my oldest daughter, who's now almost 11. I want to say, you can finish the story, but I want to say in like a discount bin for like $1 or something crazy.
Something, I think. I don't even know. You know what? Krista bought it.
And that's, I think, some nail polish.
Oh, did she kill her?
This is the creepy, freaky doll that you gave her probably on her first or second birthday. And now she's going to be famous for a beer. She's going to be famously on a beer. And I actually thought of it like she's on the can, maybe sitting in an orchard, or, you know, maybe somewhere under like a peach tree, or pineapples, or something to do with the title. But she's either in an orchard or a meadow or something beautiful. But welcome to the show, good sweetheart. Probably your one and only appearance. But
she's
anyway,
staring right at me. She's very beige. She's been tanning. She's been tanning. I don't know how she got her summer body in the winter, but hey, good for her.
The tanning bed. So that's the good sweetheart, the third of 4 flagship beers, and it's delicious.
Yeah, I bet it sounds so good. These names are just awesome. I hope that everybody is laughing or is enjoying this as much as we are, because
oh man, I hope so. But you know what too, I think this is also planting a seed for future. I think there can be a sequel to this later on down the road.
Oh yeah,
our fake breweries release more releases, right? So we just got to put our creative hats on. And
I have so many beers. I have so many beers. So many styles. I have so many names. I will do the clip arts for all of them. It's coming. I'm releasing once a month. You get on board or sit back and watch, because it's coming. But yeah, my last one is something. Now, the name will be weird, but craft beer names are weird anyway. Like, look at
the weirder the better.
Polar Vortexian's Endless Quest for a Clear Driveway, for instance. But it's your turn to pull one out of the cooler. That's the name of my beer.
Oh, I was like,
yeah, it's your turn. No, it's your turn to pull one out of the cooler.
That speaks to the tastings for sure.
Yes. We've got like our whole family, but like mostly you and I, right? Yep. Graham's there, Chris is there, Krista, Carrie, Steph got in on it a bit, Sam, Tara will get in on it, Aunt Tina, like it just grows. But here's the kicker for my beer.
Oh boy,
this one's a blueberry jalapeno sour.
Oh Jesus,
yes sir. So you get the sour, you get the sweet, you get the spice, with a purplish blue color of the beer.
I'll drink anything blue. Anything blue.
I think we talked about this before. Purple, blue, red. Most delicious colors.
Yes.
Right? Okay. So anyway.
Absolutely.
So you're going to get the typical profile of a sour with that light, fresh blueberry sweetness.
Yeah.
And finish off with not the spice of a jalapeno pepper, but the flavor of a jalapeno pepper. So we're not talking jalapeno lime, Thanksgiving, shut everything down. We're talking like, oh, this is really good. This one here, this number is pretty important to me. It's my baseball number, but this is a 4.7% alcohol by volume. So it's a light one. It's a summer. This is a summer beer for sure.
That's what's going to draw me in a little bit with the jalapeno there. If it's lighter, I'm like, okay, I'm in. I'm kind of in.
You're in for it. Anything under 5, you're like, this ain't shit. I'm going to be good for this. The other thing too is that because it's a sour beer and then you have the jalapeno, it's going to be low acidity. It's going to be easy on the old guts. We're not younger men anymore. We
approve of that. Mm-hmm.
We have tummy issues. Okay, we have tummy issues. So. This one was probably my most fun can to create in my mind on the AI. But basically it is a dude standing there in like the scorching heat next to a grill, reaching in to a cooler full of ice, grabbing a beer, and there's blueberries and jalapenos in there, and the dude's in his swim trunks.
Can relate.
Right? Like, incredible colors all over the place. It's just... Wait till you see it. I gotta post it. Wait till you see it. It's gonna look pretty good.
Logos are gonna be great.
I will say that AI is not so great on all spelling. That's not me. I can spell. AI cannot spell, even if I ask them to correct it. But never mind that. Just enjoy the fictitious beers that potentially will be made by some brewery in the future that we will collaborate with. Just saying.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's fair point, man. Fair game.
Yeah. What's your last one?
Last one. Here we go. I don't know why this is going to be the way it is. I just sort of randomly decided this, but my
Perfect.
last
I love
beer
it. Keep going.
It was actually going to be the Polar Vortexians was going to be the finish, but this is still really good for the finish.
Okay.
It's called Who Stole the Finger Rolls?
Oh!
And for those that don't, this is an inside joke for us again, but we'll explain.
Yes.
It. So if people don't know what a finger roll is, I mean, I'm a basketball player. It actually also double meaning for me because I play basketball. Finger roll is a layup that you kind of roll off your fingers. But a real finger roll is a little, typically in a little kind of bread, a little bun. Mm-hmm. The little like
the Thanksgiving buns.
Yeah, the Thanksgiving buns. Yeah. But what you do is you cut out the middle, and you stuff it with. It's basically like hamburger, so ground beef, but there's a mixture of ketchup and mustard in there, and some other little things, some cheese in there, some sprinkled cheese. So you mix this all up into like a, like just a big paste almost, and then you put them in these little bread things and you bake them in the oven. Mm-hmm. Now the thing about finger rolls is, as the later the evening goes, the more delicious they taste. Yes. So the later you have them, the better they are. Yes. So the story of the name Who Stole the Finger Rolls is there was an event at my house. So we were all here. There was a packed house. I want to say it was like 25 people.
I think it was New Year's Eve.
It probably was, because it's typically at here when we do New Year's Eve. And there was a couple of trays of finger rolls going around at, close to midnight probably. And we decided to confiscate one and set it on top of my fridge, so that nobody could see it. So it's kind of under another cabinet. So you kind of really got to slide it in there.
Yep.
I think someone, I don't remember who, discovered it, but we thought we had it made. Mm-hmm. So that's where this beer inspiration comes from. Who Stole the Finger Rolls?
There was only like 4 people tall enough to be able to see where we put them. Right? And we were 2 of them. So it had to be one of the other 2 people, because there's no way Steph saw them. And
we could probably identify who it might have been,
because they wanted some as well. But I think how we confiscated these is that you and I found ourselves in a house full of people, the only 2 people in the kitchen with unprotected finger rolls, and we're like, put them up top. Like, what are we gonna do?
Because they're that delicious. That's the thing, right? They're like little like hot dog hamburgers in a way, but they're so good.
They're the 2-bite brownies of the cheeseburger world.
Yes,
basically.
Exactly. And the more you've had to drink, the better they taste. So that's the point of this beer in a way. So the funny thing about this beer, and I don't know why this is related, but I kind of do, but I'm bringing back clear beer, man. This is an ode to Zima. I'm bringing back clear beer. This is a clear, transparent beer, 5.6%. A malted beverage. We're just going to call it malted beverage because there's really no category for Zima. So I've always wanted to have a Zima. It's kind of an inside joke with me and my friend Andy. We've always talked about Zima. We've never had one, right? So it's just funny. But I'm bringing back clear beer with Who Stole the Finger Rolls. So it's lacking in color. So it's perfectly paired with a batch of finger rolls. The funny thing is, if it's at the end of the night, you kind of feel like you're drinking water. So you're kind of like, like I'm drinking water. I'm winding down the evening, finger rolls, water. I'm going to just, no. But it's just that smooth transition into another beer. But it's so smooth that you're just, it tricks your mind you think you're drinking water, but you're drinking a Who Stole the Finger Rolls.
Oh my gosh.
And the can is going to be, I know finger rolls we've had here. We've also had them at your parents' house. So the can is just a gigantic finger roll floating on top of your parents' pool. And it's just great. It's just floating away. Yes. And maybe it's on a donut floaty. I don't know. But
who cares?
It's going to be a gigantic finger roll, and it's just there. And that's the beer you need to have at the end of the night, but it's absolutely perfectly paired with a finger roll. So you almost don't want to drink it unless you got a batch of those fresh out of the oven. It's midnight. It's 1:30, whatever it is. That's how you end the night. Couple of those takes you right to catching Z's.
It takes you right to a shower beer and then bedtime.
Exactly. It's a pairing.
Yeah. Oh man.
Yeah.
I am actually I love those, but I want a finger roll right now. I want a tray of them. I want a tray of them. I think that's what I'm making for dinner tomorrow night.
I think you have to. I'm glad that was the last thing, so you remember the finish of this as that inspiration of. I think these breweries are off to a great start. I mean, If there's not a lineup at the grand opening, just from people hearing these, I mean,
traction.
You gotta. What are you doing with your life at this point? Like, you gotta really ask yourself, look yourself in the mirror.
You gotta evaluate some things.
These are wacky. They're fun. It was so fun to think of them.
This was great.
We could do a sequel later on, not immediately, but like, let the juices flow.
I think we do like a monthly or semi-monthly release of one or two more.
Or something. Yeah.
Like, we see all the ones from Third Moon and Left Field and Bellwoods and all those guys, and they're just putting out. I mean, they're incredible, and our beers sound delicious, of course, but I mean, they're probably.
I don't even know if they're possible.
I think we should have somebody make one for us, and let's taste them, and we'll try out. But
I can post on the social. I can post all the names, and if someone wants to take a stab at it. But I mean, I think the point too is like, it's funny because it's the kind of the take on the beer industry and how crazy some of these beers get. I think obviously we went over the top, but like. But honestly, like some of these that I came up with are some of my favorite things. Like some of the ingredients, like I love like pineapple, peach, raspberry. So like that's in there. Marshmallow fluff. Who doesn't want a spoonful of that once in a while? And then like I love Reese's Pieces. Like I love that kind of stuff. I love I love pistachio. So like these are sort of like my personal flavors, but mixed into this crazy chaotic naming cans, brewery stuff. Like it's just fun, man. It's just it's fun with the beer industry for sure.
Yeah, and if you can put a spoonful of peanut butter on a cheeseburger or hamburger, you can put peanut butter in beer, as we have found out.
Oh, so, yeah.
15.7 is a little much, but
I like look number for like 10 minutes. I'm like, 13, no, not 13. 20, no, not 20. Where's the
20?
Where's 20? The sweet spot?
What?
15.7. I think I landed on.
Oh, so my gosh.
It might be a sipper, but
Your head went to 20?
I thought about it because I wanted to have like a shock value, right? Like I wanted to have like a 20.
20? Give me 2 of those.
Yeah, for the rest of my life.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
That was so much fun, man.
That was
so much fun.
So we're gonna wrap up, but I think we're going to attempt. We'll see how this works out. I know you're away, but we're going to attempt something for St. Patrick's Day because that's Monday. That's a week from tonight, and that's a big deal in the beer industry. So let's see what we can come up with for St. Patrick's Day to celebrate that event, which is it's built around beer at this point. So we'll see what we come up with in the next week. Let's let the creative juices keep flowing.
100%.
We'll see what happens.
Creative juices, and then check the socials and let us know on your beer adventures. We'd love to hear about them.
Yeah, absolutely. Comment, and please, we would love the follow. Love to build the following. Follow us, subscribe. Anything you can do to just click a like or a follow. We won't spam you, but we'll send some fun, interesting posts. If you like beer, if you don't like beer, if you know someone that likes beer, whatever it is, a follow is always appreciated. And we'll continue to grow as we can. Yeah. But on that note, until hopefully the green event on Monday, we'll see what we come up with.
Yeah, we'll be ready. Cheers, bud.
Always are. Cheers, bud.